Australia secures a nail-biting Ashes series victory over England, but are the hosts doomed to repeat their mistakes? Imagine the thrill of an international rugby league showdown, where every tackle feels like a battle for national pride. That's exactly what unfolded in the second Ashes test, where Australia edged out England to clinch the series with a match still to play. Despite England's much stronger showing compared to their embarrassing defeat in the first game, it was those familiar shortcomings that ultimately cost them dearly. But here's where it gets controversial: is this just a temporary setback, or a sign of deeper issues plaguing the team? Coming off a poor performance at Wembley last Saturday, England entered this contest with a fierce determination to challenge the current world champions. For significant stretches of the game, it seemed like they might just pull off an unexpected win, showcasing enhanced physicality and a rock-solid defense that kept the Australians on their toes. Yet, when push came to shove, much like in London, England's offensive strategy crumbled. They'd managed just one try across the two tests, highlighting glaring weaknesses that allowed Australia's modest 14 points to seal the deal. To put this in perspective for newcomers to rugby league, a try is like a touchdown in other sports. It's the primary way to score big points, and England's inability to convert chances meant they were always playing catch-up. The event itself was a spectacular display of the sport's excitement, with Everton's Hill Dickinson Stadium transforming into a vibrant arena perfect for elite rugby league action. England's effort and intensity were commendable, but in those pivotal moments, players like George Williams and Harry Smith struggled to break through Australia's formidable defense. And this is the part most people miss: how a team's star performers failing to deliver can shift the momentum so dramatically. Now, with the third and final test in Leeds looming, England will be battling purely for honour. But with just a year until the World Cup, the stakes are high. Can they at least create headaches for the world's top team? If they stumble in the same areas again, it raises serious doubts about the national squad's trajectory and possibly even coach Shaun Wane's leadership. For context, Rugby League's Ashes is like a rivalry championship, and England's repeated failures could spark debates about coaching changes or player selections. Some might argue it's time for fresh blood, while others defend Wane's long-term vision. Quick guide. Match details. Show. England: Brimson, Young, Farnworth, Wardle, Johnstone, Williams, Smith, McMeekin, Litton, Lees, Pierce-Paul, Watkins, Knowles. Interchange: Lewis, Walmsley, Smithies, Oledsky. Goals: Smith 2. Australia: Walsh, Nawakanadowace, Staggs, Shibasaki, Adokar, Munster, Cleary, Cullens, Grant, Efejwamolowi, Crichton, Young, Carrigan. Interchange: Dearden, Smith, Cotter, Kalawamatangi. Tries: Munster, Young. Goals: Cleary 3. Referee: G. Atkins, Australia. England's coach had expressed hopes that bringing the Ashes back to the game's northern roots would ignite a louder, more intimidating crowd. He got his wish, as a packed stadium created an electric atmosphere that boosted England's play in a fantastic promotion for Test Rugby League during the first half. The teams were deadlocked at halftime, with only 4 penalty goals on the scoreboard. Penalty goals are like extra points awarded for rule breaks, keeping the score tight. England stepped up their game noticeably in several ways, especially by ramping up the aggression in their forward pack, which is the group of players who tackle and push forward to gain territory. This was evident right from the start, with players like Morgan Knowles and Matty Lees sparking heated exchanges that amped up the excitement. Australia's Nathan Cleary kicked the first points after a ruck penalty. A ruck is the chaotic scrum after a tackle, but England pushed back hard. They dominated the scoring opportunities in the early stages. In fact, without Reece Walsh's brilliant defensive saves against Tom Johnstone and Dom Young, England might have taken the lead. Instead, they tied it up with 2 kicks from Harry Smith, setting up a tense halftime deadlock. But, mirroring the Wembley debacle, the second half's early minutes proved decisive. Australia surged back to life, netting 2 tries in just 5 minutes to crush England's rhythm and the crowd's energy. The first came from Cameron Munster's dazzling solo effort, slipping through the defense for a touchdown, though Nathan Cleary missed the conversion kick. Soon after, Hudson Young caught a high kick to extend the lead to 14-4, leaving England needing 2 tries to catch up. Harshly, that comeback never materialized. England had ample possession, attacking relentlessly, but lacked the sharpness and execution during key moments. When they tested the line, Australia's defense held firm, often looking like they had the upper hand despite the pressure. Things got even tougher in the final quarter. A brief spark of hope arose when Reece Walsh was sin-binned for illegally tackling Dom Young. Sin-binning means a temporary removal from play, giving the other team an advantage. Even with that extra player, England couldn't muster any meaningful offense. Australia kept them at bay, thanks to some poor choices that allowed the visitors to weather the storm with relative ease. This begs the question, was England's lack of attacking quality a tactical failure, or simply a mismatch against a superior team? It's a debate worth exploring. Do you believe England needs to overhaul their strategy before the World Cup, or is this just part of the learning curve? Should Shaun Wane face more scrutiny, or give him more time to turn things around? Share your opinions in the comments, I'd love to hear your take.